Shot! Utah! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Slapshot Utah with Leroy and me.
Salt Lake City, how are you?
Dude, how you doing, Lee?
I'm doing good. I'm just cruising through summer. It's like feels like half gone, and half the shit that I wanted to do I haven't even thought about yet.
It's so true. I can't believe summer's already over. Like, my kids start school next week, and I'm like, are you serious? Like, it's already over. But
yeah.
In retrospect, it's nice because that means we're getting hockey, football, and basketball here coming soon.
Oh, yeah. The most exciting time of the year for sports. I mean, and, of course, meteorological summer isn't over. But the calendrical summer, it kind of is, because I think these kids are going back to school in a couple weeks, aren't they?
Well, dude, my kids start, I think, on the 13th. And that's crazy because I swear we didn't start school until the end of August, usually.
Yeah. Well, it seemed like school started when I was a kid in September.
Yeah.
And then it just started getting hotter and hotter. I mean, all kids kind of go through the same thing of like mom or dad probably buy you school clothes that are like the fall thing and they're way too fucking warm to wear for the first month and a half of school. Like a jacket that you're really only going to wear 7 or 8 times this year, but you think it's slick, so you're trying to wear it. It's 90 degrees outside.
For real. Especially here in Utah, where it's been so hot this summer, man. Did
you see here this week it's supposed to be 54 degrees in the morning and then breaking 100 by 3 o'clock in the afternoon?
I didn't see that, but I'm leaving the windows open that night.
45-degree temperature swing.
Dude, I was blessed enough to spent 2 of the 4 weekends this month in the Bay Area in California with my kids. Shout out. They listen to the show, so that's hilarious.
Shout out.
But it was like high of like 73 and then like 50s at night. Like I was wearing a hoodie and it felt so good to like finally feel cold on my skin because it's been so hot here in Utah, man. I'm so over it.
Yeah, hot and dry.
Dry.
Not as hot as you would think, which is the other bummer about school starting in August, is that every year there's about 3 solid weeks of 100-degree temperatures that come, whether it's meteorological summer or calendrical summer, they're coming, baby. Probably 3 weeks, August into September, maybe it's going to be hot. Which means we're right in the middle of summer, so there's no real hockey news.
Not a ton. Not a ton at all.
No. But, of course, we're just getting our feet under us. We're getting our practicing down, so we're going to bring it 100% when the hockey season really jams in
100%.
Here. However, I do want to offer my apologies.
Oh? Let's hear it.
Well, I need to apologize because last episode I'd had a little bit to drink. And I said that Austin Matthews was worthless.
Yep, you did. You did.
Yeah, I said that Austin Matthews. Now, especially coming from a guy who can't even skate, this is harsh criticism.
We are the armchair warriors, like token guys, dude.
Yes, and so in expressing my frustration, because I'm not a big Leafs fan, but I did have money on the Leafs in my Stanley Cup, pre-Stanley Cup tourney betting follies. I did have the Leafs. Austin Matthews was just really disappointing during the playoffs. But to say he's worthless, that's pretty stupid. He's a pretty good hockey player. I punished myself by watching a solid 20 or 30 minutes of Austin Matthews highlights.
Hey, sometimes it's fun to just watch some highlights of a random player, though. I will tell you that.
Sure.
I've caught myself doing it a lot this offseason.
It's good for you.
Yeah, especially like
But I think the reason I think I was watching it is because it came up because something I was reading or led to something I was watching on YouTube. Clayton Keller and Austin Matthews have been skating together in Arizona. Because,
Love that.
obviously, Clayton Keller still has homes, maybe, in Arizona. But, it's something they do every summer. So you got Clayton Keller and Austin Matthews. And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't it part of the buzz about this time last year is that I think it was Austin Matthews that gave Dylan Gunther his first cred for having like one of the slickest slap shots like in the NHL.
I can't
Like that was
Yeah, that's awesome. I hope
that was part of the early buzz, I
Love
think,
that.
of Dylan Gunther. And so anyway, as a friend, a friend of I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, I'm going to tune into this shitty little podcast for the first time. Austin Matthews driving into Arizona,
Yeah.
and then, my fat ass is telling him that he sucks. But, so anyways, but the USA Olympics, of course, is where Clayton Keller and Austin Matthews hopefully meet again.
Because they crushed it
teammates.
this last what was that even for? Gold Cup or something like that? What was it called?
Oh, the International Ice Hockey Federation gold medal. Yeah, they killed it.
Killed it.
Yeah, so we need some production. I guess one piece of hockey news is the rumor is Matthew Tkachuk, who's rumored to be on the cover
I saw
of
that
the
today.
NHL 26 video game, but he might not play until the Olympics. Did you hear that?
Why?
Oh, he's just a bucket of bolts. Same reason that after he got out of Four Nations this last season, he didn't play until it was time for the playoffs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Remember, he got kind of injured during Four Nations, and while his brother Brady was playing all right, Matthew kind of sat out for most of the second half until the Stanley Cup playoffs started. So anyways, but
Well, I mean, if you're able to rest your body and still get paid, I can't even be mad at you, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially he's going to have to rest his body up to see if he can win himself a gold medal.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, we talked about that, I think, last time. Completely different kind of game in the Olympics. But, okay, so another stupid thing I said last week. Well, it wasn't really intended as a stupid thing that I said, but Macklin Celebrini might have come off as though I was saying that he didn't do anything to help the San Jose Sharks. That would be incorrect. It just wasn't. Macklin Celebrini, great young 18-year-old hockey player. He's a phenom. He's a prodigy.
Yeah, he's really good. He has potential, I should say.
He certainly contributed, but I guess the point I was trying to make was one kid can't make all the difference.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of pieces in the equation. And then, you know what? I could tell you San Jose, and I was thinking about this. You remember I was going on and on about the Montreal Canadiens, how I think they're going to be the next big, big splash coming up. San Jose in a few years, they are going to be
They're young
stacked.
and they're fast.
Yeah. They're
They
going to
play
be
fast,
like 1993 Pamela Anderson stacked.
literally.
Like Matt Misa, Will Smith, Macklin Celebrini. I mean, the team is just going to get thicker and thicker and mature along. But yeah, and then finally, the last thing I needed to correct, the most glaring, awful error, is that Carlos Estevez is not the son of Martin Sheen. Carlos Estevez was a relief pitcher for the Los Angeles Angels over the last few years, who now I think he plays for the Blue Jays. So no, not Emilio Estevez. Now, as soon as I say Emilio Estevez, now you remember dancing. He's dancing in a blue tank top in a Breakfast Club, right? You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah.
Good.
Definitely,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, a little younger than me. I don't know if I was going cross-generational with my Breakfast Club reference.
Most people that listen to this podcast at least know the Breakfast Club.
Well, Emilio Estevez, picked mom's name because he didn't want to be associated with his dad. But Carlos Estevez is a completely different dude. Although in re-listening to that episode, you rolled with that very, very well.
Well, you have to.
It puts you on the spot. So back to Clayton Keller. We just got done with this week of what did the Mammoth call it? The week of Hockey Week?
Mammoth Hockey Week or something like that. But it seemed like it was a great success. Like everything I've seen on social media, like people were taking their kids out. It looked like they had a great time in St. George, especially with Clayton Keller. Having kids being able to play. Like he was warming up with like some of the 3-on-3 street hockey teams, and I think that's really cool, especially as like a captain. It's like a player that people recognize on TV that ESPN talks about, to be out there with these young kids in St. George where it hasn't been under 90 degrees for the last 8 months to play a little hockey with him. So that's really cool. I really
noticed
enjoyed that.
One of the television reporters asked Clayton Keller what he thought of St. George, and he said, well, it was beautiful flying in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, they didn't put him on the bus, huh? They flew him down to Hurricane.
This is Ryan Smith's team. So the GM of the Utah Jazz, Justin Zanuck, he's come in for quite a few haircuts in the barbershop I work in. And I'll never forget one day he came in. It was like a Tuesday or something. And I'm like, oh, Justin, how was your weekend, man? He's like, oh, yeah, just got back. We went down to what's the Phoenix suburb that's super nice? Scottsdale. He's like, yeah, we just got back from Scottsdale. Me, Danny, and Ryan flew down there and played 37 holes a day with Tony Finau. And I just already know they were on a private jet, and I was
funny. Tony Finau, same
guy.
Yeah.
Tony
right.
Finau, yeah. And I
Tony
just remember telling Justin, because he's a PGA pro. If you don't follow golf, but and I just remember telling Justin, I was like, bro, you live a completely different life than me, bro. And I actually, this is another random Ryan Smith story. I have a buddy that goes into the bar. He was telling me that they went snowmobiling with Ryan Smith, and they got one of the sleds stuck up in the high Uinta somewhere. Instead of digging it out, Ryan Smith called a helicopter, and the helicopter just came and got him, and they just left the snowmobile up there.
Just pull. It's a $30,000 helicopter trip to come pull it out.
I don't need this. I'll just pay $50,000 and have a helicopter take us back to Salt Lake.
Yeah, and not even really to save the sled so much as not to pollute the.
Yeah, whatever.
We're done.
Someone can have this. I don't care.
We're out.
Honestly, if I was that rich, I would do the same thing, dude.
Well, why even fuck with it?
Yeah.
Totally.
What, we're going to spend 8 hours trying to get this thing out? Let's take the helicopter back to Salt Lake and go to dinner at Ruth's Chris. We're good.
Laugh it off in the chopper.
Literally.
Yeah. So I thought it was kind of cool that the team sent the big guns, Clayton Keller, to go down to St. George, the
love it.
Red-headed stepchild of the Salt Lake Valley area.
The funny thing is I haven't personally, other than driving through Vegas twice maybe since I was in high school, but when I went to St. George last, it was just old people. There was nothing to do, but from what I've heard is St. George is actually pretty cool now.
It's cool.
Yeah, they got nice restaurants and good bars and all types of stuff like that. So I'm like, damn, that sounds kind of fun. But I mean, it's too hot for me, bro. I can't live in 110-degree weather.
If you love Vegas, and it wouldn't suck.
Yeah, I don't love Vegas. I kind of hate Vegas.
I don't love Vegas either, and it is way too hot. I guess also if you're an adventure type, you like to be close to Zions and all that, but there's all that shit up here too.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, so yeah, I think it was a successful hockey week. What else did they do? Didn't they have some girls in hockey thing at Kerfoot?
Yeah,
Was
I like that they did the girls hockey day at the Utah Olympic Oval on July 30th. Oh, so July 31st, blah blah blah. Last Wednesday, so that would have been the I don't know, whatever. But more than 200 girls attended the event, and it looked like it was a grand success because I think it's dope to have like more women's hockey like leagues starting up. You know what I mean? One of my good friends actually, his wife is the assistant coach for the Utah women's hockey team, and she gave
the
me
Utah University of Utah?
University of Utah women's
Oh,
hockey,
slick.
and she was like, "Dude, whenever you guys want, you guys should come up and watch a game." And I was like, "Say less." So we definitely got to hit that up, Lee.
Oh, for sure. Let's go kill it.
Dude, it would be fun just to go support him. I like that. And let's see. There was a good quote in here that I was trying to find. So this is coming from Kerfoot. So for me to be out here is super cool and be a Mammoth player for them to see. But these girls are really looking up and aspiring to be Hillary Knight and the other PWHL players who are here and who they see. So to have someone like her to be on the ice firsthand with them, I think it makes it extra special, and I'm really thankful that she came down. So yeah, I forgot to mention that Hillary Knight came down and participated in the event too. So that was cool that these young girls got to see a professional woman in professional women's hockey and have like a role model to look up to. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah,
I like
think
that
it's
a lot.
Well, they say hockey's for everybody.
Exactly. And as a girl dad, and you're a girl dad too, so
I am a girl dad.
it's
Yep,
awesome.
I did,
It's awesome to see the girls get their recognition out here. You know?
Yeah, I did the girls' junior jazz. I spent many jazz games up there in the junior jazz seats up in the
love
Upper Bowl. Kerfoot is the Harvard guy.
Yep.
Penalty killer extraordinaire, Harvard graduate, women's hockey. Would you go watch women's hockey if they brought women's hockey to Utah?
100%, dude. Especially if we got someone like Hillary Knight, who literally won gold in 2018 in the Olympics. She also won 10 gold medals for the International Hockey Federation World Championships. So like it would be, if we got someone like her, that like, dude, it would be amazing to see a legend like her, you know what I mean?
How many Utah Royals games do you go to every year?
To be fair, I'm not as big a soccer fan as I am hockey
Oh,
fan.
so okay, so it's not apples, it's apples and oranges. It doesn't
If
really
there was
equate.
WNBA, I would definitely go to more WNBA games. But like we lost the Stars in what, 94 or something like
The
that.
Stars are coming back, baby.
I hope so.
I heard that's a real thing that's going to happen.
Also,
The Stars are
shout
coming-
out to soccer though, because I went to the RSL game on Saturday.
Oh,
And they posted me on their social media. So consider your guys' influenced right now, because I'm officially an influencer.
you know, that's ironic. That's ironic that they featured you, because that comes on the heels of the episode. Because, I told you I got all sorts of things to apologize for this episode. I think last episode I also said and regretted it.
Oh, we reamed RSL for about 20
RSL
minutes.
was not major league sport.
Yeah.
You checked me on it in your defense. You checked me on it. And as soon as I talk that shit, RSL comes out and wins on penalties against Club America,
dude. Yeah, bro. And then I hit them with San Luis Atletico, and I got featured. I'm the first picture on the social media post. That was our karma for talking shit on RSL, bro.
Yeah, that's where karma. But yeah, support the club. Love RSL.
Yeah, we'll always
turning
love
it
them.
around, at least temporarily. I still not a huge believer right now, but yeah, RSL. Okay, so I had a question for you before because you know what? Well, there's something I wanted. Two things I wanted to. But the first thing I wanted to say is I was thinking this week about the JJ Peterka trade.
Okay.
I mean, news moves fast, and obviously, cycles through, and we're all doing our summer thing, and of course, there's no other hockey, so we haven't seen Peterka come in and play.
Yeah.
But to me, I was sitting here just the other day, and I was thinking to myself this weekend. Actually, I was thinking, is that it? Like, is that all we got? JJ Peterka, and is that all we had to give up? Was Doan and Kesselring?
Right.
That's it?
Right.
Like no picks? There wasn't like at least a second round?
I thought they gave a pick too, no?
No picks. Just Doan and Kesselring, and we get JJ Peterka. Not even a second rounder. Not even. We have 3 second round picks next year. They could have. It feels like they could have pressured us into giving one of them, but no. The Buffalo Sabres really wanted to make that happen, and I think it's because Peterka wanted to make it happen. And
didn't Utah give him an extension as well?
Yeah, he got 5 years.
Yeah, so that's probably what they wanted.
Maybe that's it. Well, he might. Yeah, who knows if he might have got offer sheeted, and then Buffalo would have matched, and then he really would have been stuck there. So. I don't know. I don't know that much how it goes, but I'm just thinking to myself, you got a kid who's I think he's only 23 years old, on back 27 goal year and 28 goal years. Like he's about to take the next step.
I think I don't know. I don't want to like just talk mad shit on Buffalo, and I'm sorry for anyone that no one listens to this from Buffalo, but Salt Lake is just cooler than Buffalo, New York, and I'm sure.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
anyone that's been there should know that place kind of sucks.
Although Rick James was from Buffalo.
I do love Rick James.
Rick James was Rick James Buffalo native.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of cool things about Buffalo, but if I were a player in the NHL, I would want to play for Ryan Smith and be in Salt Lake City. This is the new hot spot. They're putting so many millions of dollars into this team. Like, you're getting I drove past the practice facility the other day going to Shields to get back to school stuff for my kids. And you can see it is under construction, and it looks beautiful. Ryan Smith is full-blown in on this. All of Utah is full-blown in on this. There's no hotter spot to be than the Utah Mammoth Hockey Club right now. If you were asking my true opinion, even as, like, if you were going to be an athlete, like, why would you not want to play here? You get a house in Draper. You got a nice. You can go right there to the practice facility.
Upper Draper.
Yeah, like nice Draper. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't want to like throw shade at a lot of people, but like, dude, this is kind of the poppin' spot right now.
Well, I think I saw the report on social media, and I clicked the link and verified that the study is saying that Utah is the number 3 most desirable place to live for an NHL player right now.
In 1 year. Let them win a couple playoff games, and that's good. They're going to jump up to number 1 pretty quick.
Yeah, if you're an NHL player, Utah, just for living, is a number 3 destination.
Yeah, low taxes. You get a nice house for the price. The neighbors like you. They're going to bring you cookies. They're going to invite all your kids over to swim with their kids. It's pretty nice area, dude.
You know what needs to happen is, not to switch it over to Jazz talk or even RSL talk for that matter, but what tends to happen is, other than the hockey, it seems like Utah gets the bad rep or the short end of the stick when it comes to recruiting free agents. State legislature needs to balance that out by creating like a Nevada situation where there's like no property tax. I mean, no income tax.
That would be awesome.
Kind of thing. That
Dude,
would kind of help.
If we had a
offset.
no property tax thing, oh my gosh, bro.
That would make a huge. That would like help balance the inequity.
I agree.
Now, which I don't think exists in the NHL.
Yeah,
but,
demographically, it's easier to recruit free agents in the NHL than the NBA. But
yeah,
and I totally get it. But it would be cool if we gave some tax incentives to athletes that would want to move here and potentially be part of professional teams here in Utah.
Yeah, and I don't know much about running a state government. But
yeah, I don't know
if that helps. Does that help? Yeah. does that help? Is it a good thing?
Yeah,
does the
knows?
state? You know what? I don't know who.
I mean, shit. What is it? 4 of the last 5 Stanley Cups are from Florida, and they don't have income or property tax. So
Yeah.
who knows? You know.
Well, I think you mentioned one of the last few episodes. If you're from, I think your location was St. Petersburg, Russia.
Yeah.
Or Helsinki, Finland.
Yeah.
Or buttfuck Nova Scotia.
Exactly.
Salt Lake City might actually be a nice, balmy.
This
but
place
like
is
if you're
so
from
nice.
but if you're from a place like that, well, you want to play hockey when it's nice outside.
Exactly. And I was honestly
Yeah.
thinking about that when you were talking about Clayton Keller being in Phoenix still. I'm like, honestly, Phoenix is a good place to live during the off season because it sucks so much outside. All you want to do is be skating inside of an ice rink because that place is so hot. So, yeah, I'm not golfing. I'm going to be laying on the ice.
A lot of these NHL guys like to golf too.
Oh, yeah. All these athletes want to golf.
I mean, that's a low impact. I mean, they're not out doing motocross.
No, thank God.
They're not. Yeah, they're not out. They're not taking up ski jumping or anything. So they need a
whitewater
but they don't
rafting.
but they don't sit around watching Love Island Australia all summer either.
No.
Like these guys are athletes and competitors. They keep themselves going. So golf is kind of a thing, which you can imagine why Arizona,
for sure.
Texas,
I see it.
Florida,
I see
any
it.
of them, But I don't know. Do you watch golf? You mentioned golf. It's the second time golf came up today.
I do.
Are you a golfer?
Okay, well, I go golfing, but I'm not a golfer. And anyone that golfs knows what I mean by that answer.
You mean that you drink
suck.
and fuck around with the golf clubs is what you mean.
So bad. Like golf and I'll never dedicate enough time to become decent. Because it's the hardest game ever. So I understand why professional athletes get obsessed with it. Because it's never the same shot. And it's the hardest thing in the planet, dude. Golf is so freaking hard, dude.
Yeah, tough stuff.
It sucks. I'm over it. I hate golfing. Don't invite me unless we're only doing 9 holes.
I took golf lessons when I was 15 for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And then, it didn't touch it until Top Golf or whatever. But I went golfing recently with some family members, and I was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, no, it's one of the hardest fucking games ever. I'll always keep golfing, but I hate it. I'd rather, I don't know. Dude, you know me, I like sports betting, so I like picking players. I always bet Tony Finau, and he loses me money every week, so.
That's right. Tony Finau. And what's the saying? What is it? Chihu? What is it?
Chee-hoo!
Chihu. Okay. All right. We're going to have to make that a thing.
Yep.
Owners vote. The owners vote to keep the draft decentralized.
Oh,
All that bitching and moaning we made about the draft being decentralized and the weird.
It was a weird draft.
Come meet your new bosses on the TV screen, the big screen TV. The owners say they like it. That's the way they want to do it.
I mean, I get it too. If I live in Nova Scotia, I don't want to fly to LA to go do my draft when I could just do it over FaceTime.
I think part of the criticism that a lot of NHL fans would make is that the NHL has this reputation of doing everything they can to trip on their own dick, so to speak. Uh, it seems like such a slam dunk for NHL is such a great sport, hockey is, to really come in and pick up and capture the imagination of, say, basketball fans or, the action of people who are kind of, baseball is a different attention span for a different time, hockey's fast and moves quick and it's got interesting personalities, but so it just seems like it'd be a slam dunk. But the NHL is often criticized for constantly fucking it up.
Yeah.
And it just seems like this is just another incarnation of that.
Well, I will give them this, is that, what's his name? Gary Bettman?
Gary Bettman, yeah.
Bettman, yeah. I think he's swinging at a lot of things that a lot of other leagues aren't doing. And so I'll give him that credit. At least he's trying some other stuff. We'll see how we feel in 5 years. Change is weird. I know you're a diehard baseball fan. I know that the pitch clock definitely didn't rub you the right way, but as a casual baseball fan, the pitch clock is awesome.
Yeah. It's not the pitch clock so much for me as it's that runner on second in overtime. The extra innings.
I get that.
But I see where you're going with all this is that, for the economic health and viability of the sport, sometimes things change.
Yeah. Throw a wrench into the system. Let's see what happens.
Well, I'll tell you, not to say too much about it, but I don't handle change very well anymore. I've passed my expiration date.
Yeah, I think we all reach a certain point.
My elasticity is greatly impaired.
Yeah, we get into our habits.
When the NFL moved from a 16-game schedule to a 17 schedule, I'm like, fuck it, I'm out. That's it. I'm not. I almost used. I'm not. I was going to say I almost used the term. It's 10-6.
Yeah.
The other day as a term for it's a little better than average, which my wife wouldn't have understood anyways. But then I realized, that way of thinking doesn't mean anything anymore because they changed the schedule to 17 fucking games. Of course, is it 17 or 18 now?
18 weeks, 17 games.
Oh, it's so fucking stupid.
Well, no, here's the good part. Here's what would be dope, though, is that if they add one more game and add one more bye week, then the Super Bowl weekend falls on, I think, it's one of the random Monday holidays like President's Day. So then the Super Bowl falls on Sunday and everyone has Monday off.
Yeah.
So that's what would be cool about the 18 game schedule is that then they could add one more bye week and then everyone gets the Monday after the Super Bowl off. And I think that's awesome.
That would be cool. So in translating this over to hockey, of course, this is the last year we're going to have an 82-game schedule. It's going to be 84 games starting next year. But they vow to reduce the preseason.
Yeah, and I think they should do that for the NFL as well.
NFL and NHL. We got to get rid of these pointless preseason
do
games.
2 games. We don't need 6 preseason games.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Just a little bit and get it.
We just need 2 just to get the chops up. Just to you can see it. The first team, first liners, they go out there. They play for 12 minutes each, and we sit them the rest of the game. Bring in the 2-way contracts for the rest of the game.
We've got 2 preseason games coming to the Delta Center before the 2025-26 season. John, are you going to go to either of those, or are you going to save it up for the reg?
I'm saving up for the regular season. I might go to because the first one's LA Kings, right? If I'm not mistaken. I have the regular season. So. I don't have the preseason in front of me right now.
Yeah, I know one of them is the Kings.
I do. Because I really want to go to the Wednesday, October 15th opening game. But I'm also the type that I would be down to go the very first preseason just so I could see the uniforms firsthand first. you know.
Well, what you're gonna do is you're gonna spend $400 for a pair of tickets
for Calgary
to nosebleed on that first game of the season. That one against the Avalanche.
Or I
and
could
then
spend $60 and go to the preseason.
Well, yeah. Well, no, but you hear check it out. What you'll do is you'll spend $400 getting into opening night.
Yeah, exactly.
And then 2 weeks before the game, they're going to open up the Smith's Ticks where everyone gets $20 tickets.
Yep. $10 tickets.
There you go. Yeah. So you might as well find out what happens. I want to close the show with a question.
Yeah.
Going backwards a little bit, we mentioned that Clayton Keller was down in St. George, kicking it with the kids, flipping some pucks around, signing some merch, and also some of the representatives of our local media caught up with Clayton Keller, and our very own Cole Bagley asked Clayton Keller about the Utah Mammoth playoff future, and here's the extent of basically what Clayton Keller said. He said anything other than the playoffs is a failure for this club this season. You agree? That was going to be my question. Is anything other than the playoffs a failure in 2025, 2026 for the Utah Mammoth?
100%. If they don't make the playoffs, the JJ Paterka trade was useless. Everything was useless. If they don't make the playoffs, it would mean that the front office didn't do its job. Because, look, even in our very first inaugural season, we were so close. What were we, 6 or 7 points outside of the playoffs?
We were really close.
Really close. And dude, we had one goalie. Like, Veggie did everything after Ingram left. And so for us to not even sniff the playoffs, even as a wild card, I agree the front office, the coaching staff, and the players would have failed what they should have been able to do.
Wow.
In my opinion. And I would love the team regardless, but it's playoffs or bust at this point. Like, they were so close with so little pieces and everything against them that all they need to do is stay a little bit healthy, and they can make a playoff push. Now, are we going to win the Stanley Cup? Definitely, probably not. But we could go 7 games with a first-round playoff team, though.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of hope and optimism. And of course, this is way, 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 way too early for this sort of question or talk. But how does this fan base handle it? If we miss the playoffs, which is unspeakable, of course, because I think we're going to make the playoffs, but we miss the playoffs. We miss the playoffs. How does this fan base react? How quickly does the heat generate in Utah for the Mammoth?
I think they'll be all right just because the Jazz have been trash for so long.
Yeah.
They'll be able, and it's different crowds. I've been talking about this all off season with a bunch of people that are like, "Oh, do you like going to Jazz games?" or blah blah blah. And everyone knows I'm a diehard Jazz fan, love the Jazz games, but hockey fans, that's our people. This is a different place. It's more rowdy. They embrace the loud, and that's what's fun. I think no matter what, Salt Lake City will always be a loud and hard place to play. And I think the energy is going to keep going. But if we get the playoff, if we even make the playoffs this year, it'll keep the momentum going. And I think that's what would be best for the club.
If we miss the playoffs because midseason we lose Keller.
Yeah, or like Gunnar goes down.
Sergachev out for the year.
Yeah,
like, then we get some big energy. Then we miss the playoffs. Then at least we'll be able to say, well,
agreed. But if we go healthy through the year and miss it, Bear is fired, and they're definitely putting a magnifying glass on the roster.
Okay, last question. To finish the show, we're going to mash up a few of the topics that we had here speaking so far. If you maybe you should put this on the Slapshot Utah social media page as a poll. I'm not sure. If you could select a choice between the following: Clayton Keller Clayton Keller goes to the gold medal game in the Olympics, but doesn't return healthy from the Olympics, and Hockey Club has to go to the playoffs without him. Would you trade? No, let's go all the way. Would you trade a gold medal? Would you trade a USA gold medal with Clayton Keller on the team, but have him not come back from the Olympics until the playoffs? Or would you just say, nah, fuck that. Let's have a healthy. What do you pick?
That's a hard one, Lee. That's a hard one. To be honest,
maybe you should put it on the. Maybe you should create a poll, and we'll ask the people.
I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna be honest. I want that gold medal, dude. I want to play Freebird so loud in my house that the neighbors call the cops.
The Olympics is a different animal.
Yeah,
huge
and
Olympic hockey.
Yeah, dude. And like
gold medal.
Growing up in Finland during the summers with my grandpa and stuff, it would just be nostalgic and like magical for me to watch Team USA bring home an Olympic gold medal in hockey. That I could suffer 8-game skid, but I don't know. I also am a homer, and I want to see the Mammoth do the best that they can with the best squad we could put on the ice.
Trade deadline after the Olympics, so hopefully Ryan Smith would put his money where his mouth is and pick us up something to help us limp along into the playoffs. Me personally, I agree. If it's that changes everything, doesn't it? If we just go to the gold medal game, or if we win the gold medal, I take a USA gold medal and hope that we have the depth to limp along.
I agree.
Okay, well, I think that's pretty good for the middle of summer. This is the absolute horse latitudes, as they call it. The flats, the thirstiest, driest, opposite side of the world as hockey season gets here in the middle of summer.
We didn't bring up, we lost our assistant general manager today to the Kraken.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He took off and went to the Kraken.
I forget his name, David something or another.
Kremer or something
like
maybe.
that. But so shout out to him. I hope he does a great job over there. Everyone listening, don't forget we have the Slapshot Utah hotline, 801-810-4869. 801-810-4869. It's been great catching up with you, Lee.
Okay, talk to you later. Bye.
All right, bye.